Okay, begin stream. Maybe.
For real. Unless there is something wrong with this Mega Man disc. This
well, we're gonna power through. We're gonna power through, Caleb. Yeah, that's good.
You're fine. Yeah, that one's doing fine.
Yeah.
Oh, other PlayStation, you need some adjustments. Freaking old CD player laser, right? Am I right?
Yep.
I'm right.
Alright, I'm gonna play as Black Zero.
You know what?
I'm gonna play as Black Zero.
Racist. I mean, what? How? What? Oh! There's a code, isn't there?
Yep.
Is it the Konami code?
Yes. Capcom put the Konami code in this game.
The Cap Konami code? I believe is what they called it.
What?
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 I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright, here we go. I'm gonna play as Buraku Zero.
Okay.
Who was the former president of the United States.
How do you think he got elected?
Just realized that his name literally is almost black and Japanese.
It literally is black in Japanese.
Well, not exactly. Baraku. Oh, they use
Yes.
silent. Barak.
In
Barak Zero.
in katakana, that's how you write.
Barak Zero.
That's how you write black in katakana.
Oh, okay.
Because they don't have L's. They don't really have R's either. It's
Yeah.
kind of weird.
Well, it is B-U-R instead of B-A-R. Alright.
What does that have to do with black, though? Time to
Oh.
get serious.
Oh, whoops.
What'd you do?
I put it in as the Japanese one. It's not gonna work.
Huh?
Yeah, I
Well, we're not playing the Japanese version.
said. Yeah, I know. I put in the Japanese code instead of the American code. I want to play as Black Zero. I don't care.
That's fine. It doesn't get much more Sega Saturn than this.
You're right. I may not have gotten that correct either, but if I didn't, we'll just go with Red Zero.
Don't give up. Try again.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Weird. So, on Twitch, even if you type in the exact title of the game, like exactly as it is listed in Twitch, if you don't select it from the drop-down box whenever you're setting what game you're playing, it still tells you, please choose a supported game.
Really?
Even though it's literally exactly the correct spelling and everything.
Wow.
Twitch is kind of a bitch. It's a real stickler about this sort of thing.
Hey Caleb, check out that checkerboard pattern on the life bar.
Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see it, Jeremy.
And look at the background.
Check out that shitty background, Jeremy.
That shitty, lame background. Yeah, but check
Think
this
back.
out. Look at the life bar.
Oh, it's checkerboarded too.
I did not look at the lights, but I don't remember the lights being checkerboard.
They're not. I looked into that the first time I had both games side by side. I was like, I'm going to see what the difference is. But yeah, the life bar is checkerboarded. Weird.
That is strange.
That must have just been a stylistic decision. But the thing is, like, look at how shit that background is compared to the. I mean, it was so cool.
Yeah, the Saturn version of the background is way better.
That literally only applies to this level and Magma Dragoon's level.
Yeah.
But still, it was really cool.
Is that your phone making that noise? Okay. I knew that wasn't a sound that my phone normally makes. So. So I've never noticed the checkerboard pattern before. Maybe on the Mega Man X Collection version it's not on there.
Well,
which is where I've mainly played this game, so.
Can't imagine they would change it because that would be work.
Yeah.
That they don't have to do.
Right.
I mean, clearly the PlayStation didn't have... Maybe it was just simply a matter of designing assets. Maybe they already just had that asset there and they didn't feel like changing it for this. Because you see, like, the boss, tiles and stuff are all transparent. They don't have checkerboards.
Right.
So maybe they just already had that life bar asset and they were like, we don't feel like dealing with changing this.
It could be. Did it come out on Saturn before PlayStation?
I think it was a simultaneous release.
Oh.
Don't quote me on that. I don't know that for sure, but there's no additional features on either version of the game, so it's like, usually when they release one later, they like add in extra stuff.
Do you happen to know by chance if Mega Man 8 or Mega Man X4 was released first?
Oh, I have no idea.
I'm curious, because I was always
Was
always
Mega Man 8 for?
under the PlayStation and
Really?
Possibly Saturn, but I don't know.
No,
Damn.
it was for Saturn.
Because I thought that Capcom made a hard switch from Nintendo and went to the PlayStation, but since this game was also released in the Saturn, I don't know. They came out around the same time, I think, but I don't remember which one came out first.
Yeah,
they were going to. At the time, they had planned on continuing the X series and the Classic series at the same time, and then they just stopped with the Classic series and kept on with X. But
and then later on, they continued the Classic series and stopped with X.
what? Oh yeah, like way later on.
Yeah.
10, 12 years later.
Yeah, they're like, well, we're really destroyed that whole Mega Man X thing. Let's do some more classic Mega Man.
Man, I wish that they would give Mega Man X the, Mega Man at 9 and 10 treatment and release digital versions of like a Mega Man X8 and X9 in the style of the Super Nintendo Mega Man X games. Yeah. That would be super sweet. All new concepts, new ideas, but the same like classic graphics. That would just be awesome to me.
I think it would be cool if they released them in the style of these games.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you're partial to these, and I like these too.
I just really like the sprite work and stuff in these. I really like how much detail exists in this.
Right.
I'd like to see more of that. But like, add the cool post-processing effects and whatnot. Like the Saturn, this sweet background on the Saturn is just like a post-processing effect that was applied because the Saturn was capable of it.
Right.
Well, think of how many sweet effects there are that, you know, a modern system would be capable of doing on a sprite-based game.
Right.
Like, there's so much potential there. It would be cool. I would love to see that. You know what they should do? They should do a Mega Man X HD remake.
Yeah.
No,
like the original Mega Man X, they've
Yes.
already done that.
Oh, they did?
Mega Man Maverick Hunter X for the PSP. It wasn't a
really?
no, not an HD remake. It was a complete remake in 3D. And it sucked with the force of Mega Man 8. You know.
Yeah, sounds like something that would not be.
It was in the style of Mega Man 8.
X8?
X8, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, at least it wasn't X7. I mean, let's.
Right. No. It was 2D, 3D. You know, it was faux 3D.
Yeah. You know, we just want sprites. Is all we want.
Yeah.
That's all we want. Is that so much? Frost, Walrus. Man, I should get Rockman X4.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I'm not sure what the differences are. If they're, I don't know.
Well, I'm sure they have hilarious names.
Well, I mean the Mega Man X5, Rockman X5 names are more traditional, X-Boss names, whereas Mega Man X5, they're all named after Guns N' Roses people.
Really?
Yeah. Grizzly Slash, Axel the Red.
Uh-huh. Why'd they do that?
Duff McWhalen, Izzy Glow.
Why did they do that?
Literally every character is named after someone that was in Guns N' Roses at one time or another. It was a mistake on Capcom's part on hiring a translator that wasn't familiar with Mega Man X.
Uh-huh.
So that she basically was just like, well, I'll just name these characters whoever I want. And I guess Capcom didn't check after her. So her boyfriend apparently it was a voice actor in Resident Evil or something, which is how she got the gig.
Uh-huh.
And he was a big fan of Guns N' Roses, and she was like, I'll do something for my boyfriend.
Oh my god. Well.
Mega Man X4. Yeah.
Of course, why wouldn't we be? What's not on the screen? Oh yeah, no, that's never on the screen when we're playing. It's literally never on the screen when we're playing.
Jordan, go on Twitch. We're there.
Never when we're playing. It's only ever on the screen when I'm setting things up. Once I set things up, I switch us over to the actual input with the game on it, and we play on that.
Give me some of that shit. Jordan, I was talking to you. I said I was talking to you. Give me some of that shit. Yeah, I got it.
Contact high.
I'm smoking it right now. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, don't put the audio up though.
So we can hear ourselves 15 seconds
confused.
later.
I won't even know which one's me. Trick question, they're both me. You know, me and me from now and me from the past. Yeah. That's what I was saying.
Sure.
Oh, Tonks and Paul are going at it. They're really They're really having a
What type of going at it are you talking about?
They're having a real knockdown, drag out fight here.
Okay, all right, cool.
They're just like
That's fine.
Tonks slightly slapped Paul on the face a few times, and then Paul kind of chased Tonks across the room, and then nothing else happened. That's pretty great.
It's about as intense as these fights get.
It was pretty violent. I gotta say, domestic violence. You saw it here, folks. Right on Twitch. Or on YouTube, if you're watching the upload later.
Chat us up.
Jordan doesn't have a Twitch account.
Do you have a Twitch account?
But I'm about to.
Thanks for joining our Sega Saturn night, Jordan, where we're playing the PlayStation version of Mega Man X4.
No one would ever know, Caleb.
Yeah, until you get to Slash Beast and you do the glitch, and then like, wait, this isn't the Sega Saturn version.
I don't have to do a glitch. It's just there.
What?
Huh?
Well, yeah. But I'm just saying, the glitch being there happens, and then people are like, "This isn't Saturn,"
because everyone would know.
Of course
Oh,
they
shit.
do. Of course they do.
How did I die in
Sega
Frost
Saturn.
Walrus? What?
I don't know, Jeremy.
Are you checking out your cartridge?
Yeah, I'm doing a live autopsy on this dead RAM cartridge.
Yeah.
Find
Maybe you'll
out-
just see like a blown fuse or something in there. Are there fuses? I don't know.
No, but you know what? There is some shoddy looking soldering in here. I might hit this with my soldering iron and try to touch it up and see if I can bring it back to life. Yeah. Yeah, some pretty shoddy looking solder on here that's on conveniently is on the RAM chips.
Oh,
That
wow.
are built into it.
What do you know?
So there's a.
So we might be able to pick up.
Oh, and the RAM is Hyundai brand.
Nice.
Just so you know.
And back then, you know what Hyundai's reputation was. I'm
Right.
just saying.
Hyundai's reputation for building RAM was, is so bad. Like I'm pretty sure Jordan had some Hyundai RAM.
Yeah.
In her car.
Right.
At one point.
Which caused her timing belt to explode.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, RAM is notorious for causing your timing belt to go bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I might have to touch this thing up with a little bit of solder and see what happens, because it really doesn't look very good. I mean, these are really shoddy cartridges in the first place because they're cheap.
Yeah.
Well, they're not cheap actually. They're not cheap. But they're cheaply made because it's an action replay product from like the late 90s.
Right.
And they're still sitting around in stock somewhere. Actually, these might be new production. At this point, it might just be like some no-name China factory is still cranking out some of these just for fun.
Sure.
I can't imagine that the Sega Saturn market is an incredibly lucrative one, though.
I mean, who makes stuff for niche markets, you know?
Yeah, well, somebody's got to. I want to have a little chat with our audience about piracy. Piracy, you wouldn't steal a house. You wouldn't download a house, right?
Right.
You wouldn't steal a baby. You wouldn't shoot a police officer, right?
Well.
And then steal his hat.
Okay. Where's this going?
And then go to his now widowed wife's house and knock on the door, wait for her to answer the door, and then take a shit in his hat in front of her.
Right, okay.
You wouldn't do those things,
sure.
right? Now, that's the exact same thing as stealing a DVD. As
exactly the same.
Downloading a DVD.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's roughly what was said on that one episode of the IT Crowd.
Oh. Okay. No. I do not. I honestly, I watched like 4 episodes of the IT Crowd.
That was the first episode of the IT Crowd.
No,
actually.
it wasn't.
It
was
was.
it?
It
Oh,
was
was it
in-
the boss guy? Was it Boss Man?
No.
No?
Like in the middle of the episode, there's like a commercial break, and it goes to that anti-piracy government anti-piracy ad skit,
Nice.
and it's hilarious, and I loved it.
No, the one and only line that sticks out to me is the fire,
Right.
and of course,
I mean, that is a classic.
the emergency services commercial.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like the emergency services commercial. There's a part in there where they do this little PSA about piracy.
Nice.
It was the best.
I really need to go back and watch that again.
But the important thing is that I'd like to talk about piracy because, as some keen-eyed, savvy viewers might notice, at times we play games on the PlayStation, maybe the Sega Saturn, maybe not the Sega Saturn when our RAM cartridge doesn't work properly, that are not official discs.
Right.
I mean they're official discs
They're-
in
and
the sense that like
they are
when
discs.
when Sony, for example, which is the brand of CDRs that I like to use, manufactured those. It was officially a Sony manufactured CD-ROM or CDR disc. It's just that it wasn't a PlayStation disc, necessarily, or a Saturn disc, which I do run those Sony CDRs in the Saturn. So there you go.
You need to get some Sega CDRs, bro.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any. However, there are CDRs developed. There are development disc CDRs that you can buy from Sega that you can burn games onto, and
Really?
they do boot correctly.
Wow.
Yeah, they were meant for developers only. But yeah, they're just a piece of media that has the wobble ring
Yeah.
built in, like pressed into it.
Yeah.
Because the Saturn's copy protection method is there's a ring around the exterior of the disc that has a pressed in like pattern,
Right.
and the laser reads that to check and see if it's a real disc or not.
Okay.
You can't burn that pattern in because it's a pattern that's not in an accessible region of the disc or something of that sort.
I see.
But Sega sold discs that had the wobble pressed in automatically that you could burn.
So then people got their hands on these and they use them to pirate discs.
Well, no, I mean, the thing is, like, it's not like you can just buy them anytime. Like, you had to be a developer and get them from Sega. Now, they're out there because, nobody's developing Saturn games anymore, and then these developers liquidate their equipment, and, dev kits get out and get sold, and then so do discs for the dev kits. But
Right.
you would never use one because it's purely a collector's item,
Right.
at this point. But the important part is that I really feel that piracy is okay and it's good and you should do it. No, wait, that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that at a certain point, come on, guys. Come on.
Well, when a game is 20 some odd years
These
old.
games are not being sold at retail. My policy is when a game stops being sold at retail in its original form, that's when it's okay.
So you're
to
not
do
okay.
everything.
You're not okay with Cody on the Fire Stick.
No, and I don't have it. I don't have Cody on a Fire
See,
Stick, and I don't do that sort of thing.
So all you haters out there who have Cody on your Fire Stick, just shove a sock in it.
Yeah. No, I don't really care. Just for me personally, what I'm saying is that it becomes acceptable to pirate games, especially, like, for example, we're playing Mega Man X4 on the PlayStation. Do you know how much Mega Man X4 costs to buy
Yeah.
now at this point?
I
It's
don't
like
know.
$90
Really?
for a disc, for a Mega Man X4 disc, because it has achieved collector status. Well, I don't give a shit about collecting Mega Man X4 discs. I just want to play the game on
Right.
the PlayStation like it was intended, or the Sega Saturn, which I also have it for. So, like, to me, the collector's value means nothing. I just want to play the game. So, as a having a preservationist mindset, I see once a game can't be bought at retail and becomes a collector's item, that's when it's okay.
Right.
And some might argue, well, you can go onto a virtual console of some sort and buy it, so why don't you do that? Because that'd be supporting the developer. And I'm like, well, first off, This game already sold all of the copies it was going to sell to make the money back from developing it.
Right.
So it's not like it's not like Capcom's really hurting for Mega Man X4 money right now.
Right.
And also, if you buy it on a virtual console, you are not playing the original game on the original hardware.
So,
it's not the same game, even though it's emulated and even though it's materially similar.
What about I play devil's advocate for a second, because I agree with you, but I'm gonna throw the other side out there. What about let's say a musical artist, back in the '90s sold, roughly this era, sold enough records to become platinum. And then someone who never had those records back in the 90s goes on something like whatever Napster equivalent is now and downloads these songs and burns a disc. Well, from the media that's being sold, they still receive royalties on their intellectual property. Is it not similar?
Can the disc be purchased now? Can you go and buy that edition of that album?
No, but you can buy it on iTunes, or you can...
Well, then that's the same. That's the same.
It's the same, even though the artist would benefit if you bought it from iTunes.
No.
But
what I'm saying is that buying it from iTunes is the same as it still being available on retail.
Well,
which
buying
means
it
that
on
it's not
Virtual
okay.
Console is the same as it still being...
No, it's not, though, because it's literally not the same game. It's an
the same
emulated
files on an emulator.
It's an emulated version of the game. It's not the same game.
I think that's a technicality.
It's not a technicality. An emulator is imperfect. An emulator is not the experience. Playing Mega Man X4 on the Virtual Console for the Wii, I don't think that's... Do they sell... I don't think they sell X4.
No, but, PSN or whatever.
Playing it on PSN, you're not playing the game on a PlayStation 1. It is literally not the same. Okay? Yeah. Whereas if you're buying an album on iTunes, you are getting the same album. Like, the difference would be like...
But that's like saying, like, if something was originally released on a record back in the day and they started selling CDs.
No, I'll give you an analog for it, Jeremy. The idea is, say, the original master of an album can no longer be bought on any form, but a remastered version can.
Yeah.
The original album is fair game, I would say. Whereas the remaster, if you want the remaster, you can buy it, that's fine, but the remaster is not the same experience as the original album. So the original album, if it can't be purchased, then it's fair game.
I see.
So that's my reasoning.
Sure.
And so yeah, that's where I come from on these sorts of things. And I'm a purist about hardware. I really would prefer to play everything on the original hardware. If I can. But I don't care if it's the actual original disc or not. That has no value for me whatsoever.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the fact that we own this game on 3 different discs over the years, both Saturn and PlayStation, as well as the Mega Man X collection for PS2.
Right.
I'm gonna say that it's okay.
No,
that
we're fine. Like, we're covered for every
game.
version of the game that we ever owned.
We've owned literally all 3 versions of the disc format of this game that you can own.
I'm just saying, philosophically, my reasoning is I think sound.
Yeah.
And when a game achieves collector status and stops being priced based on its value as a game and starts being priced based on speculation about collectability, that's whenever it loses its ability for me to buy it.
I get that.
Which is exactly why I have Chrono Trigger on Super Nintendo that is a Japanese cartridge converted to English.
I'm going to let this beautiful cutscene run while I run to the restroom.
Okay.
Colonel! I'm disappointed in you, Colonel.
Oh, the voice acting's so bad. I forgot.
What do you think you're doing? It's not too late. Stop the coup now. If that's your decision.
It's amazingly bad. Ugh.
Stop, please! Brother, please! Don't you remember?
Jordan, are you hearing this?
Save my life.
Yes. Yes, I am. Unfortunately.
Very well then. I'll spare your life for now.
Oh, it's so quiet. I can't hear anything.
Oh no, the air conditioner turned on and drowned it out. It drowned out the voice acting.
What?
The air conditioner turned on and drowned out the voice acting. We were just relishing the The quality.
Stop the wreck the horse.
0.
0.
Oh, the best cutscene of all time is coming up pretty soon.
Oh yeah. Jeremy, you're not gonna save your game?
If I can beat Slap,
What if you die?
then you literally start back from where you were.
But Jeremy, what if we turn off the PlayStation?
What if Paul decides to sleep by the PlayStation instead of by one of the other
Yeah.
5, 6 consoles
It's
in the
got
floor?
so many options.
No, he always chooses the one that's running at the time.
Right, because it creates warmth or something. I think that's the reason.
Probably
Right, Paul?
so.
What say you, Paul?
You know what? I'm gonna safety die right here
Oh yeah? Because you
Because-
have no lives?
because there's a good chance that I'll get crushed and killed during the second segment. Oh no, you know what? I start from the halfway point if I die, so never mind.
Even if you game over?
Yeah, I believe so. I'm almost certain that I start from the midway point if I game over. But I did just skip that heart container, so I am gonna die.
Safety death.
Huh? Yeah, good
My
old
favorite.
safety death. Hey, you pulled one on Rondo of Blood.
It's true. I mean, it's a legitimate strat.
Yep.
It's a legitimate speedrun strat.
Oh yeah, so I'm watching this run of Rondo of Blood, and I watched this guy just take apart that werewolf without taking any damage.
Uh-huh.
And the secret is, I was just like running around like a chicken, you know, trying to avoid his attacks.
Mhm.
But you just walk in one direction. Fuck! I just did it again.
Oh, shit.
I don't even care about the heart tank. You just walk in one direct when he's up there about to, like, you know, slash down at you.
Uh-huh.
You just walk in one direction away from him, and he'll slash, you know, behind you. So you don't have to really dodge his attacks as much as just walk away from them.
Oh.
So that might be a secret to keep us in the game a little longer in that
Okay.
point, just to get us Maria. And then once we get Maria, then, you know, it seems to me, it looks like it's just exponentially easier from that point
I
on.
really think that we have some at least additional lag, though. I really do.
So when is the next emulation option going to be up and running, you think?
I should be getting the parts tomorrow for the RetroPie.
Okay.
And then once that's up and running, we can do TurboGrafx anytime.
Yeah.
And possibly, you know, other stuff. I don't know what other consoles
Okay.
exist out there.
I mean,
Yes, I like to do original hardware, but there's a limit. Like, I'm not gonna buy a TurboGrafx just to do Rondo of Blood. I mean, come on,
see,
people. I see you out there judging me.
This is what I'm talking about the good chance of getting crushed and killed. There is some kind of lag, like delay, on being able to jump once you've landed. Here, I'll show you. So, I'm going to immediately press the jump button after I land in the water. And, do you see that?
Yeah.
I landed in the water and hit the jump button 3 or 4 times before it actually finally jumped. So, if you don't have your timing exactly right, you get killed here. Oh, fuck.
Is that where you get killed?
Anywhere that you do a dash and your dash ends before you want it to, you're pretty much stuck on the ground for a good, I don't know, second and a half
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
90 frames, you know.
What's that Stingray guy doing there?
I don't know, you killed the boss in this stage like 4 or 5 times. And he is the boss.
Yeah.
And, you know, I killed him, and then died.
Oh,
I actually kind of wanted to die because I don't want to get to him and die.
was that a safety death?
That was a
Would you
safety
say?
death. Or it wasn't a safety death. I would have made it to the end if I hadn't died, you know. But I'm glad that I did, sort of. So I have my full life count now. So in terms of like being good at this game, I'm not very good.
Yeah, this is not one that you play very often, is it?
I mean, I play X1 through 5 pretty regularly, but this is not the one I play the most.
What's the deal with 6? Do you not like
It
6?
sucks. It's just clunky and weird and hard to play and extremely difficult and like in a cheap way.
How though? Like, what did they do?
I mean,
did they change?
There
Did
are
they-
a couple of enemies that are basically like a freaking puzzle to figure out how to kill them. And I know how to kill them, but being able to pull it off and not die first is really hard.
You talking
and I-
bosses?
Yeah, there's one called High Max and one called Gate. Gate is like the, you know how there's like a main villain who's not really the main villain in every
Yeah.
Mega Man X game except for the first one.
Right.
He's like, Gate is like the villain of that game, and he's just ridiculous. You have to, he floats around. You're standing on like 7 little tiny things that are above a instant death pit, and he floats around from pillar to pillar. And the only way to hurt him is to knock one of his bullets back at him.
Okay.
But when you hit his bullets, they explode and inevitably hit you also. So every time you damage him, you're pretty much damaging yourself also.
I see.
So if you're not perfect at not getting hit by him, you're still going to take enough damage to die, so you have to use a sub-tank anyway. Unless you're just like awesome at it and you avoid being hit by his projectiles. But I'm not, so... And I don't know, it just seems cheap. It seems like cheap difficulty. It's not like a test of skill, it's more a test of like endurance. And I don't know, it's just not fun to me, you know? Like, it's not that I don't enjoy a good challenge, that's not a fun challenge to me.
Well, I've never heard X6 held in high regard anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean, and just things are just weird. Like, all the cutscenes are fairly... I mean, you could skip the cutscenes, which is great. But it's all in Japanese. They didn't translate it, so you have to read it and hear it spoken in Japanese.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was a rushed game. It was a super rushed game. It came out like 6 months after X5.
Really? Okay. So really low effort.
Yeah.
Wow. Why though?
I don't know. And like the armors suck. You know, the armors, what the armors do are not interesting. And you start out with the Falcon armor from Mega Man X5, and it actually is the best armor in the game. The other 2 that you acquire suck.
Oh.
And it's
that's
like
kind of a bummer.
Well, they're like, you know, one is like, because you have Zero Z Saber as Mega Man in that game.
Okay.
And one of the armors focuses entirely on the Z Saber.
Oh, because Zero's dead.
Yes.
Right?
Right, he dies at the end of X5.
Or does he come back and see?
He does come back and see. Well, of course, Zero's never going to actually die. But
Well, it would be cool if they like actually did something bold, like actually kill Zero.
yeah, well, I mean, in X1 he actually was dead, and they had to piece him back together.
Right.
In X2, but in X6 he's not actually dead, and he like slinked away to some remote area and rebuilt himself somehow.
But doesn't he like go bad in X6? Like,
No, in X5 he can go bad.
I mean, X5,
if he
that's
gets
what I meant.
infected by the Sigma virus, because
or he dies by being shot to the moon or something.
well,
Right.
yeah, that's where he gets infected by the virus. If he gets shot up there, there's 2 outcomes, and I think it's completely random. One is that it's successful and he comes back and he's fine, and the other outcome is that he gets infected by the Sigma virus and he's not a playable character for the rest of the game.
Oh.
Which
Did you
sucks,
say that's one of
'cause-
those things that like you have a certain % chance of successfully shooting the space station or whatever,
before you've
regardless
defeated a
of whether
single
you've
boss.
actually
Yeah.
done
you can
anything?
beat that game without being a single boss.
Why? What a weird feature.
X6 is the same way.
What a weird feature though. Mega Man games are already short.
Yeah. I don't know.
Why make them shorter?
I don't know. It is weird.
Wow.
But I mean, it's kind of fun to like if you get that random chance to go into the Sigma stages early and like try your hand at, you know, no upgrades, no weapons, trying to get through the Sigma stages. It's kind of fun.
Paul, stop. What an asshole.
Yeah.
Go, Paul.
All right, just in case I've miscalculated and possibly the PlayStation version is not actually the version, but it's just the Mega Man X collection that has the glitch, because that's a possibility.
Well,
I am going to safety die here too,
Okay.
so I don't have to start this over, even though there's not really a good place to die, so I'm just going to have to do
I
it
mean,
this way.
presumably, the Mega Man X collection is probably the PlayStation version,
Right.
emulated. So
Sure, but maybe the emulation is what
could be.
causes the glitch, so...
It could be. I guess we'll find out. This will be an interesting experiment. I
Sure.
guess.
And this time I
This
won't
could-
give
this could
up
prove-
even if I have trouble.
This could potentially even prove my point about how emulated Virtual Console and re-release games are literally not the same game,
Yeah.
and therefore are not valid.
But here's
So
the
I
thing,
hope it
like,
doesn't
why
work.
why would major like speedrunning organizations accept emulation as a valid time for the game if there could potentially be differences?
They really shouldn't. If they're being,
I mean, they
they're
do.
being-
They accept Virtual Console as a valid console for.
if they were being, particular about it, they probably shouldn't allow emulation. Because honestly, their emulation is not perfect. Emulation is an approximation of hardware, so it's not perfect, and there are problems.
Yeah.
Glitches that could potentially affect times. So I guess I really wouldn't think that would be something that would be trusted. I'm
I mean,
surprised
you saw
that
it yourself
is.
when we looked at SDA.
I know. I'm surprised that it is trusted, though, because there are all kinds of problems with emulation that can cause, timing issues, things not being exactly the way that they were on original hardware. Certain glitches can happen that just don't happen in original hardware because it's all imperfect. Even whenever it's built by, the company that made the game, the emulation is not necessarily perfect.
Right.
Because it's all emulation. It's
Right.
not real.
All right. Laser focus here.
Okay.
Gotta make sure I can pull this off. Can't believe Slash Beast is the thing giving me trouble.
Well, you've never had to actually properly fight Slash Beast.
That is
so-
very true. I mean, well, you know what? I don't know. I will tell you that the SDC is much easier on this controller than it is on the
The what?
slash dash cancel.
Oh.
The super fast slashing I'm doing there.
Oh.
Significantly
A lot
easier on the
easier to do it
PlayStation.
than on the Saturn.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the button layout's not.
I'm not very good at it, but I'm better at it on this controller than I am.
So the glitch is not happening on here, is what you're saying.
I'm not seeing it happening.
So does that therefore prove my point that emulation is not, that it's the same,
It is very possible.
and therefore my point is valid, that if you want to have the original experience, playing it on the original hardware is the only way to definitively have the original experience.
Oh. Significantly easier on this version anyway. But still.
Right. Yeah,
Just
so I
because of
win.
the controller layout,
Stream,
I'm gonna say.
Stream people. Yeah, of course. Because the PlayStation controller. I mean, it's
to me it's
It's-
better because
it's-
I'm used to it.
It's
but-
like the SNES controller. It's basically the same. So all of your Mega Man heritage
Right.
comes from that, and so
Well, yeah, and, with the exception of the few times I played Mega Man X4 on the Saturn back in the
Right.
day.
which at the time, did you have X4 on the PlayStation?
Yeah.
Okay.
At my dad's house. I played it all the time. I played it at your house, at mom's and at my dad's house. So
Yeah.
I take that back. I don't think I had it. I think I rented it like every weekend, so I should have bought
You
it.
probably should have bought it. It probably would have been more cost effective.
Yeah.
Or you should have had me install a mod chip.
Right.
Because I was doing that back then.
I did have that big bulky thing hanging out the back of my
Yeah.
PlayStation for a while. That you had to boot it up with a spring holding the thing down, and
Yeah. Super
boot
shady.
another PlayStation disc in it, and then take it out.
Yep. Super shady. My
Yeah.
favorite. I love mod chips. Like,
Ah, shit.
the thing we have to do with the Saturn is only something that we have to do with the Saturn because you can't get Saturn mod chips anymore, really.
Right.
Nobody sells them anymore. Dude, if they sold them, I would have one.
Why?
Because I don't like janky solutions. I like things to just work. So that's why my PlayStation 2 has a mod chip in it. That's why my
Oh
Saturn
no.
has a mod
Yeah.
chip
Not.
in it. That's why
Okay.
my GameCube has a mod chip.
I thought you were saying you would have a more janky solution if you could get one. I was like,
No,
why
no,
would
no,
you
no.
have that?
If they sold real mod chips for the Saturn still, if there was a place I could go to buy one, I would buy one.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the fact that I have to use this shitty action replay.
Right.
You know, I would much prefer to have a solution that works properly and isn't jank.
But that's not super jank. At least you don't have to do some stupid crap to get the thing
No.
booted.
This is like the least jank of jank solutions I've seen on consoles. Like, this is pretty non-jank.
Right.
But it is a little jank because you have to use a shady you have to use a shoddy piece of hardware that just
Right.
doesn't work sometimes. And like if I had a real mod chip, I could have a real Sega RAM cart put
Right.
in there that probably wouldn't have these issues. But because I have to use
True.
this shitty action replay RAM cart, there's all kinds of problems
Right.
that have only cropped up like today. But
Yeah.
regardless. If I ever encounter a Saturn mod chip, I will certainly buy it.
But you don't know of any in existence.
I've looked into it. Whenever I bought these Saturns, I looked into getting a mod chip for them, and I couldn't find a place that sold them anymore.
Yeah.
It's possible though if you troll troll around on some forums and stuff.
Someone will have come up with one.
Every now and then, some guy, some dude on like the Sega 16 forum will have like, oh yeah, I found a box of these Saturn mod chips. I'm selling them, clearing out the inventory.
Yeah.
You know, $25, and I'd be like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Because a Saturn mod chip is complicated. You can't just like,
Oh, they do exist?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like you didn't know.
No, they don't
Okay.
sell them anymore.
I see.
Like, there's no providers for them anymore because I don't think they make them anymore. If you find one, it's one that has just been sitting around in somebody's basement.
Right.
Because the Saturn mod chip is complicated. You know, the PlayStation mod chip, I can make those myself.
Right.
Because they just require a chip burner, which I have, and you just buy this generic microcontroller and burn the correct, software onto it.
Right.
But with the Saturn, it's actually a device that connects between the disk drive ribbon cable and the actual Saturn motherboard, and it basically intercepts the signals from the disk drive and then sends fake ones to the Saturn
Oh, I see.
to get the disk, protection
Right.
overridden.
Wobble wheel.
Yeah. The way that the RAM cart works is pseudo Saturn Kai is a exploit that they found that you could basically bootstrap into a piece of software on the RAM cart if
Yeah.
you could program in a piece of software. And the way you program these things is you have to do a disk swap. Like,
Oh, okay.
you have to put in a real Saturn disk, and then you swap it for a fake disk that has a firmware flasher that flashes a new firmware on here.
Right.
Then once it's flashed on here, the pseudo Saturn Kai will just boot whenever it'll just boot the little piece of software on the RAM card.
But it saves it
Instead
to
of
that
the game.
RAM card.
Right. It's
Okay,
saved on
so the first time you ever use it, you have to do the disk swap.
Right.
And after that, it's saved on.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Why didn't they do that with the PlayStation one? They could have put some
Because
RAM.
that's
into
not
the-
how the PlayStation one
Oh,
works.
okay.
See, the PlayStation one is not an exploit like this is. The PlayStation one is not actually taking over anything in the way the PlayStation operates.
I see.
The only thing the PlayStation one does is that it allows you. All it does is loads the disc up to the boot up sequence and then stops the disc for you.
I see.
Then you put in the spring so that the PlayStation doesn't know that the disk drive is open still,
Right.
and then you swap out the disk.
Okay.
and then you hit boot, and the PlayStation just boots on through because it doesn't know any better.
Right.
Well, you know, with the Saturn, you don't have to do that because the pseudo Saturn Kai program actually completely like hijacks the boot process.
I see.
It's a much more aggressive solution.
Right.
That is also more elegant, but you know, it's held back by having to rely on shoddy equipment. But the PS2, there's a thing called free MC boot, which is a similar exploit for the PlayStation 2, where they figured out that you could put a special piece of software on the PlayStation 2 memory card.
Yeah.
And then the PlayStation 2 memory card will hijack the boot process, and then allow you to boot games off of a hard drive.
I see.
Which is what I do on my PlayStation 2 most of the time, but my PlayStation 2 does also have a real mod chip in it that will allow you to play burn discs as well. So, but the cool thing about free MC boot is that the way they found the exploit was cool. Because the PlayStation 2, contrary to probably what you would think, actually does have system software that can be firmware upgraded. And certain game discs contained a firmware update file that whenever you boot them up, they would burn that to the memory card, and then the next time the PlayStation 2 booted up, it would boot that file off the memory card and run an update, and it's kind of invisible to you as the user.
Okay.
But because that ability exists, when somebody figured out that the PlayStation 2 would boot pretty much any piece of software that was on the memory card as long as it was named correctly as an update, they realized that they could boot their own custom software off of the memory card too and just disguise it as an update.
Nice.
And so that's how it works. Every single time you boot your PlayStation 2 with a free MC boot, memory card in there, it thinks it's doing an update, then it gets hijacked into a new menu.
Wow. So is that the way you have yours modded, or you actually have a mod chip in there?
I actually have a mod chip and I have free MC boot because
okay.
I installed the mod chip years ago. But I found that free MC boot and booting games off of a hard drive is a lot more reliable than burning DVDs, because PlayStation 2 lasers are notorious for burning out on you.
Yeah.
And they also do really poorly reading DVD-Rs. You usually have skipping and
so
stuttering.
you put these games on a CDR?
No, DVDs. DVD-Rs.
Well, what's the difference then in the way that it reads it?
What do you mean?
I'm just curious. Like, I'm asking like what the difference in the mod chip versus the other thing when it comes to reading the disc.
Mod chip versus the... Oh no, booting off a hard drive.
Oh, okay.
The PlayStation 2 has a hard drive slot.
Right.
And so I just put a hard drive in there, and I just ripped the images straight onto a hard drive, so there is no disc booting involved.
Okay.
Because the problem with DVDs is that DVD-Rs, they're a lot higher density than CDs.
Yeah.
So when you burn a disc, it doesn't imprint nearly as deep as an actual pressed, official disc. So it's harder for the laser to read, and that problem gets even harder. Like, it's even more compounded whenever you're dealing with DVDs versus CDs.
Right.
So like PlayStations play burn discs pretty much no problem.
Right.
I mean, of course, that first PlayStation over there was having trouble, but it just probably needs some adjustment.
Right.
But PlayStation 2s, I mean, you're pretty much not going to have a very good experience with a PlayStation 2 unless you've got the greatest, most pristine laser of all time. But if you play off a hard drive, then it's cake. It's wonderful.
Right.
It's beautiful. Load times are quick. Everything is wonderful and beautiful, and it's the best ever. You don't get stuttering in cutscenes.
I've been waiting to find one.
Voice acting.
Oh yeah, it was great.
So I'm assuming, Jeremy, that the voices for the and stuff
Right.
is the Japanese and that they only use the English voice actors for the actual lines.
Probably.
Because these,
I mean,
these
why
voice actors,
why would you change the voice actor to say "Hua"? Although it's not over yet. I mean, that's English.
I wonder if he.
Shit. I'm gonna start that stage over. Fucking hell.
That's a fair point, Jeremy. It's a
What?
fair point you made just then. It's not over yet.
It's not over yet. Unless they actually said that with the Japanese voice actor.
Which, like, I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if that was the case.
Yeah.
Japan, like, they use a lot of English words just all the time
Yeah.
in their media and stuff, so it wouldn't shock me if they did. Instead of him going,
That's what he would say too.
uh-huh.
That is, it's not over yet in Japanese. If you
Although he'd probably have a way cooler voice actor.
Bro. So we're gonna have to learn Japanese pretty soon. What are we doing? What
Huh?
are we doing about Japan?
We're going probably.
Are we going probably?
I intend to go. I don't know about you fools.
I
but
mean,
Jordan probably can't afford to.
money's
you know?
gonna be an issue for a while for Jordan and I. So why don't we plan to do that in the fall, which would
Because
be their
that's-
spring, right?
The worst time to go to Japan.
Yeah, I know you wanna see the cherry blossoms.
That's
And
like the time that people say to go.
That's,
I
was-
don't want to climb Mount Fuji. I've heard horrible things about climbing Mount Fuji. I've heard.
Wait, what?
Okay, the
That's
Mount
why
Fuji.
it's a terrible mountain to
The
climb.
reason it's a terrible mountain is because it's not even mountain climbing. Like, it's paths. It's all completely marked out with paths. There are little drink stalls and like eateries all the way
I
up
don't
the
see
mountain.
why that's a problem.
It's not mountain climbing.
It doesn't. Okay, let's
It's-
pretend it's not mountain climbing and it's something different. It's a fun thing to
I've
do.
been told that there is trash everywhere and that the nature is not beautiful because of all the trash everywhere, and also it attracts like 100,000 people a day. So you're basically just crammed in a single file line up
Isn't
and
that how
down the
all
mountain.
of Japan is? I mean, all of Tokyo.
Yeah, but I
Tokyo.
don't want to climb a mountain under those conditions. I've been told that it's the worst thing ever via a Japanese travel blog that said, "Do not do it."
Yeah, I mean, I think money is going to be too much of an issue for Jordan and I for sure.
We've had 2 years to plan for this. What have y'all been doing?
Okay, Caleb, come on.
Unforeseen circumstances.
In both of our cases, so.
Yeah.
Caleb was telling me.
I could have called Jordan's circumstances.
Shut up. For one thing, he said I should just go quick and get a job at Domino's.
You should.
I should.
You could
Like,
make more money doing
we're
that
getting-
than you're making right
I
now.
We're getting to a point here where you may not be able to pay your car
Would it
payment
be bad
here
if, like,
soon.
if I get a job like tomorrow, if I just stop coming to work?
Yes, that would be bad, Jordan. Put in your 2 weeks notice. Well, actually, tomorrow seems pretty busy, so. Jordan, put in your 2 weeks notice. Don't quit a professional job without putting a 2 weeks notice, because when other jobs call and ask, they're going to tell them. No, don't do that. That
said it'd probably be fine as far
it would be fine as far as like getting. It would be fine as far as like us getting, you know, getting through the tough time with you being gone, but it wouldn't be good for your career.
All I'm doing is bringing the bench down, so. the sooner
That
I'm
doesn't-
gone, the better.
But the thing is, like, if they don't need you, they'll tell you just go ahead and go. But at least at least have enough respect to put in a 2 weeks notice.
Say, I'm putting in my 2 weeks notice.
Do you need me for 2
However,
weeks?
if y'all don't need me for 2 weeks, you know, I can.
That's what I did. That's what I did when I left the first time. I said, hey, you know, I'm putting in my 2 weeks notice. I plan to serve the 2 weeks if you need me to. If you don't need me, I can start my new job tomorrow. And he was like, nah, you know, we need you today and tomorrow, and then you can go. So probably not.
Well, Jeremy, I gotta ask you something about
I will
time
say
off.
that if you start a job like Domino's, you could probably be serving your 2 weeks notice while you're already working at Domino's.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I feel like I can't do anything except for this job. Because I never know.
Yeah. I'm thinking about going back to Domino's and working on the nights that I don't have anything going on at Defender. Like just telling them I'm a call-in person, and I'll call and let you know. Oh shit! Oh no! Oh no!
What? What'd you do?
I just skipped the best cutscene in the game.
Oh no, Jeremy.
Like by habit, I was just like skip. No, I want.
Now you have to play through the whole game again,
I wanted
Jeremy.
you to see the best cutscene ever.
Jeremy, you gotta play through the whole game again.
I will. I'll do it.
It'll only take you like 20 minutes, so.
Shit.
Is that
I
part of
wonder
the plan?
if I'm gonna game over real quick and see if it'll take me back to the beginning. It probably won't. It'll probably take me right back here. I'm gonna go back to stage select and see if I can play this entire stage again. Because if I can, then we haven't lost it. But if it starts me at the halfway point, no, it looks like it's gonna let me.
Oh, cool.
Looks like it's gonna let me kill Iris twice.
Awesome.
Okay, here you go. You were asking about double last time we
Right.
played this. In this stage, in Mega Man's version, is where you face double. But
Right.
after you killed the Colonel, who is Iris's brother, Iris is like, I have to avenge my brother, sorry. And so
So Iris, okay. Double is straight up just a
yeah,
bad
Iris
guy.
is a good guy.
Okay.
And the whole concept of this game, like, it's political. The Repliforce is kind of being, controlled by Sigma, but they don't realize it, or don't want to accept it. So they think that they're doing the right thing for
Right.
Reploids. What they want to do, which is what Sigma's goal is to create a world that's all Reploids and do away with humans. Repliforce's goal is to create unity between Reploids and humans.
They just
But-
want to create their own nation with
Right.
their own laws and their own whatever. I can't remember what he said.
Oh yeah,
The
general.
general.
Right, the colonel, yeah. So anyway, but they're just like kind of like just misled and misunderstood. So they're not really bad guys.
Right.
And Iris is the colonel's sister.
Right.
So after you kill the colonel, she's like, well, I can't. She likes Zero. I think they've got like this love thing going on. But she feels like she has to avenge her brother at this point. So that's what this is.
So
about.
it was like Mega Man trying to do like a somewhat nuanced plot about political, like geopolitical,
Who knows? But here it is. So, in all its glory.
Okay.
Iris. Hang in there, Iris.
Please, stay away from Repliforce. Let's live together. In a world where only Reploids exist.
Iris, there's no world just for Reploid. It's only a fantasy.
Yes, I know, but I wanted to believe it. I wanted to live in a world where only Reploids exist. With you.
Why?
Iris!
Gotta be quiet in the recording booth. Which is my bedroom closet. My mom's in the other room.
What am I fighting for?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was definitely some freelance voice acting done in someone's closet.
Yep. All right. So there.
What
it
am I
is.
fighting for?
Well, probably the same cause that you were fighting for before she died. Just saying. Oh, check out this beautiful background though, Caleb.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
pretty good.
This is gorgeous.
It's pretty good.
I don't know what it looks like on the Saturn, but this is freaking badass.
I'm sure it probably looks pretty much the same.
Yeah. Jordan, look at the background. Is that beautiful or what? Huh?
It's just a not really parallaxed.
No, it's not
Picture?
parallaxed at all. It's static. It's staying in the same place, but it's beautiful. I think it's gorgeous.
Weird that it's not parallaxed at all.
Yeah, who knows
You would
why?
think that.
You'd think that they would have done that, but
Yeah.
maybe it's at such a distance. Maybe it's so huge, but at such a distance, it's just not noticeable. Maybe it's like 40 miles away.
That would have to be really big, though.
Yeah.
My fate is sealed. I have no choice.
This is the general.
I love the voice acting in this game.
All right, so if I can pull this off, there is
That's my favorite thing.
there is a glitch here, and I don't. No, I can't get it. I don't know why I,
I
can't get it.
have no choice.
My fate is sealed.
Hey, Domino's is always hiring.
Domino's is always hiring, Jordan.
Maybe they'll work further when I'm not here.
Yeah, that it might be a better idea to work in Little Rock.
I totally agree, because I worked in Domino once, and I didn't really make much money.
Okay, so let's see if I can get this. There is a glitch where the sword actually takes away. Yeah, check it out. Takes away 1 HP per pixel
Okay.
for every pixel that the sword is in his head. So if I can get it, and I'm good enough at it, which I'm not very good at getting it, but if I can get it, I can actually take him out in like 3 swings of the sword.
Is that only for when he's in that particular mode?
Yes.
Weird. How does that
It's
happen?
something to do with the first swing from your ground stance.
Okay.
So you can't do it in the air. You have to be standing on his little
Okay.
fist thing. So now he's not
Interesting.
gonna do it yet. See that registers as 1 hit.
Right. Even though you totally are just slapping him and it's going.
Yeah. If he'll ever do the little fisty thing, which it looks like he's not gonna.
He's on to you, Jeremy.
Right? Look, he figured out my weakness.
My fate is sealed. I have no choice but to not let you do your glitch.
Don't do the punch thing.
Wow, this is such an uneventful fight. Whenever he's only
when
in
he's
this
only
mode.
doing this, it literally is just jump
flying
over.
around.
Here we go. All right, shoot straight out. Yeah, there we go. So it's got to be the one that's the highest up, and
Whoa.
oh, I didn't. Oh shit! I didn't realize it'd do that much damage to me. I was gonna try to climb back up and get that last hit in
Impatient.
there. Hey, Anyway, did you see it? Did you see the life?
Oh yeah,
the
I saw
lifeline
it. It
drop
was
there?
pretty dang effective.
But I mean, it only occurs in one possible scenario.
Yeah.
So if you don't get it, you don't get it. But
I have no choice.
all right, I'm gonna beat him this time regardless. Oh, he's gonna do it. Cool.
Is that just kind of an RNG thing?
Ah, shit. Huh?
It's just kind of an RNG thing, whether he does
yes,
it or
it's
not.
total RNG. Oh fuck.
So you're telling me that a speed run
Okay, here we go.
could be completely killed by?
Oh yeah.
just-
This makes or breaks X4 speed runs.
Wow.
Because if he does this shit right here, it's a full minute longer.
How frustrating would that be? Do people run X4 very often? Really, with that much uncertainty?
I mean, it's something, it's probably a 40% chance that he's gonna do this in pretty quick into the battle. But if he doesn't do it and he decides to do that thing across the room 40 times in a row, then you're just stuck hitting him once,
Dang.
every time he goes across. But yeah, you saw how quickly I took care of him there.
Mhm. Jeremy, I didn't get to see all the story.
Oh, yeah. The general's like, oh, this is gonna explode. Hurry up and get out of here, Zero.
I am telling you this because I have no choice. Wait, why did beating him make him?
It's the whole honor thing. Like it's all about honor. Like he had to stand up for himself and for Breath Force. But after you beat him, it was like, okay, now go save yourself.
Right. Clearly, I was wrong. I was wrong because you beat me.
I knew that I was wrong all along. That's the idea. Like I know that what I'm doing is wrong, but I have my honor. That's the idea, I guess.
I see.
You know, Japan.
Right. Samurai Champloo. I watched some of that earlier today when I was testing out my TV.
Jordan, did you watch
beautiful.
us on Twitch?
Huh?
Did you watch us on Twitch?
I did.
Yeah.
How was the stream?
How did you like it?
Yeah,
Did you enjoy it?
it's okay. Watching right now, actually.
Rick and
I pointed at you and nobody responded.
RickandMorty.com. 100 years Rick and Morty. You know, the only thing off-putting about that show to me is the green shit coming out of Morty's mouth. I mean, Rick's mouth. Sorry.
He does have that. Well, you know, what is that exactly?
I think it's just drool and drunkenness.
Is he always drunk?
Pretty much 100%. Always.
Constantly hiccuping and stuff.
Yeah. I do like his
Burping.
speech pattern. I really like it. Just how imperfect it is.
Yeah.
It's not, you know, that
No, that's
just stumbling over his words and stuff. It's so good. I love it.
That is a major source of comedy in that show, is just
Yeah.
how it's delivered.
Yeah.
And it's same for Morty, too.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Just Morty's just kind of, oh, Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Have you watched any more of that show?
No, I was gonna save it for, you know,
For anime night.
over here. Well, I mean, anime night is definitely in beta. It doesn't have to be anime night.
That's true.
Well, Rick and Morty's basically anime.
It's anime too.
Anime.
It's just some of that American anime.
Oh, is that where the word anime comes from? Because it's animated?
Ooh, does the slash? Okay, in the PlayStation Mega Man Collection thing,
Mm-hmm.
does the slash beast glitch happen in this second fight with him as well?
Yeah, I believe so.
So it's not going to happen in this second fight with him,
Maybe not. I don't
real
know.
PlayStation?
Actually, I really don't know what to expect.
and therefore this is where the playthrough ends.
No, I beat him the first time.
Yeah,
I can do it again.
Barely beat him the first time.
I didn't barely beat him. I beat him on my second life. So I just got to get real good because I only have one life.
Cyber Peacock.
Oh shit. I'm definitely missing some inputs here once in a while. I think that I just
Probably.
well, I actually just used the wrong move on him by doing what I thought was the input for this move. So
Oh.
I do have a sub tank. So if slash beef gives me problems,
Slash beef.
you know, has there ever been a bovine Maverick? Flame
I don't
stag
know
is
of
a
one.
deer, right? Stag's a deer.
Yeah, isn't there a mammoth? There's a mammoth.
Yeah, mammoth
No,
isn't a
not
cow.
mammoths. Freaking
What the fuck?
Isn't there a buffalo based one though?
Blizzard buffalo, yeah. yeah.
That's bovine-ish.
Yeah,
That's in the same kind of family.
Does it count as in cattle? Like
I
that?
don't. That's a tough one. I mean, bison definitely are related to
Yeah.
cows, but I don't know how close they are.
Shit.
I would put them in the same kind of realm as like stag to deer, bison to cow. That
Right.
would be my guess. They're probably in the same family.
I might die on freaking Storm Owl.
So, what happens if you die here?
I gotta start the boss rush over.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I should have safety died. Definitely should have safety died.
I'm feeling that.
Yeah. Alright, well that's cool. I'll just start the boss rush over, no problem. I'd only killed 4 guys, right? 3.
I think so. Ready.
It's not like I'm speed running this or anything. Shit.
Yeah, it's a Swift Plod. That's what it says right there on the screen.
Yeah.
Right next to a big old Sega Saturn logo.
Right. I can't believe there's not more interest in our Swift Plods, Caleb.
I know, it's crazy.
You would think that would be like a major category, right?
I thought it was a recipe for success, really. I really did. Oh, this fight.
Yeah.
Oh, avoiding the
Oh
webs.
yeah, there is a glitch too on this fight that's very, very difficult to achieve. You can hit him while he's up in the tree, by the way, like right here.
Oh.
But
wow.
Which just activated the second phase because I got him down to the right HP.
Mm-hmm.
But there is also a glitch that I'm not 100% sure how it works, but that the spinny slashy thing, I guess if you do it on the exact right frame while he's in the tree, it will do the same thing as the general and take 1 HP per frame. So you can drop him down to half HP in 1 slash if you do it right, but I actually don't know how to do it. So
okay. Cool.
Yeah, Storm Owl is one that I've never really got great at because there's a lot of timing involved, and it's just he's always giving me trouble. You have to time the little what do you call it? Nova Strike, what super move this thing exactly when he's like directly in front of or above you.
Okay.
To get the most damage, because it's actually the damage stacks with each one of the orbs that hits him. So if you hit him with 1 or 2, it does almost no damage. But if you hit him with 6 or 7 of them,
right,
it really drains his HP. So you have to be really good at how you execute that. And I've just not been very good at timing it because he's a little random in his movements. You know, he comes from the left or right of the screen. You can run up to him and hit him pretty quick. But if he comes from the top, he is going to he's either going to fly around up there for a long time wasting time, or he's going to immediately dive at you, and you don't know when he's going to do what. So
right.
Alright, I gotta get gotta get in my SDC stance.
Sweet.
Oh shit. So that's literally just slashing and dashing directly after and slashing again in quick enough succession that you don't actually ever activate the second slash. And because there's no invincibility frames until the second slash, you can just continue to do that until they're dead.
Right. So essentially, you're just canceling the
Combo.
The combo. Right.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Oh shit, I was hitting the wrong button. It's the R2 button and I was hitting the R1. See, I just suck at the timing on this. There we go. Shit. What's that?
He's like his like
Oh yeah.
his sound effect
damage.
for getting hit is like
Yeah. Shit.
pretty good.
And it's also so delayed from the time. Like if you jump over there or you get damaged or something, there's so much lag. There's not lag, but actual delay on using the weapon. And see, that just freaking blocked the entire thing. There we go. And now I died.
cool.
Yeah. It's just not fun. It's not a fun battle to
So
me.
his attacks cancel or that particular attack cancels blocks the
Right.
the whatchamacallit.
Yeah. And
The peacock attack, right? That's a peacock attack,
right. Like if he were a bigger boss with a bigger hitbox and didn't move around so sporadically, it would be easy, but you know. I mean, it's just challenge. It's not like I'm not complaining. It's just difficult.
Sounds like you're complaining to me.
I'm just saying I don't like to fight him. I'm not saying that he's unfair or anything.
I got you. Get ready.
Gary, you can reference my dumbness.
Okay,
So now you're out of.
I'll have some more.
Oh.
It's damage based. It
Oh.
refills on damage, so
That's not true in
I
the other
actually
Mega Man
took
games.
damage on purpose there to get some of it back.
That's not true in other Mega Man games, is it?
It's just that attack. Because
Oh.
it's like his... In Mega Man X2 onward, there are armor pieces that activate a super attack. Like the
see.
Giga attack that is a screen clear, basically. And it recharges with damage. It basically absorbs damage to do...
Right.
Well, Zero's special attack just happens to be one of the weapons he gets from one of the bosses.
Right, because Zero's just kind of weird.
Right, he doesn't have special weapons, so his only alternate weapon that takes energy is the special attack, and it is refilled with damage, and with weapon capsules. You can refill it either way.
Okay.
But yeah, if you're in a battle, which the only time you ever needed it is for Storm Owl. But if you're in that battle and you run out and you need more, you can get more just by taking damage. Oh, I thought that would take care of it. There are people, that SDC thing, there are people who can do that just so ridiculously fast. I found that the faster I've tried to do it, the shorter range your sword is, so you have to be closer, like pixels away from them.
Right.
And you're canceling it by dashing, so if you hold the dash button just a millisecond too long, you're actually going to move into them.
Right.
So... you cannot SDC this guy. It just doesn't work. Some of the bosses, the first slash will actually activate the iframes, which cancels the, see that?
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is. Why some in Mega Man X5 and 6 you can SDC every boss. But in this game particularly, some bosses have the iframes activated with the first slash and some don't.
Huh.
The Colonel, when you fight the Colonel, you can't SDC him for some reason. The one with the sword.
Weird.
Alright, let's see here. Oh, that was just a mispress. See how, like, if you do it too fast, the sword doesn't even come out. That was the perfect time to finish him off while he was doing that little thing.
So definitely,
So yeah, no glitch.
we know for sure that the original PlayStation version doesn't have the glitch.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah, for no reason really.
Just an imperfection in the emulation. You know?
Oh whoops! I actually meant to go back and fight him again. Oh well.
Might as well fight this annoying piece of shit that I hate.
Yeah. Penis man.
Like, he has eyes. Why does he have goggles on his
Oh, shit.
freaking...
Oh yeah, I'm seeing what you're talking about.
You know?
Yeah. Shit. I'm so bad at the timing on getting that. He's significantly easier with the weakness.
He's not any less annoying, though.
So that one heart tank now is bothering me, the one I skipped.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
Yeah.
Not that I necessarily need it, but like it's not going to help me that much.
Right.
But just that my life bar and my weapon bar are uneven.
OCD.
Yeah. Alright. Let's do this slash B. Okay.
That's how you start off the fight.
Come on, just roar at me over and over. That's what you're supposed to do.
He's like, no, I was programmed to fight with these cool moves.
I mean, he is pretty badass. So. But that roar, though, even with the glitch not being there, that roar is totally pointless.
Well, I'm sure that it's meant to be an opening for you.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's
just
the whole
like,
concept
come
of it,
get me.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's meant to make an opening for you in the pattern.
Right.
But, you know,
Oh,
it
I
just
don't need 'em.
apparently with a glitch, though, in the friggin' special...
Yeah, I mean, you can start the battle and he'll just stand there and go raw, raw, raw over and over and never attack. That's not true. I don't know if he ever attacks because if you just slash dash cancel over and over, you kill him pretty quickly. So he might roar 4 times in a row and then start attacking, but I don't know because it's never.
Well,
taken
is
me
there a
that
way
long
to
do
break
it.
him out of that?
I think it's only happening if you're standing there attacking him. If you move away or climb up a wall or something, he'll start, you know, doing stuff.
I see.
But if you slide straight toward him and just start wailing on him, he just roars over and over.
Prepare to become space dust, Jeremy.
Oh, I'm prepared. I predict I make it through the first 2 phases and then die on the 3rd one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What happens if you die on the 3rd one?
Huh? You'd have to start over.
Do you have to do the boss rush again?
No, just Sigma.
Okay, good. So I was gonna say that'd be a pretty steep penalty.
Well, that was dumb.
Why is Sigma the Grim Reaper in this game?
Yeah, you know. Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
Whoa, round 2.
I am indeed.
I never would have guessed that there would be a second round.
Yeah, it's pretty uncommon for there to be more than one phase. Just the wall, yeah.
Gee, I wonder if they will ever not be fighting Sigma. You think that'll ever happen?
No. In an X game? No. Sigma is the final boss. Come on, bro.
Makes it kind of predictable, though, you know? Wouldn't it be cool if one Sigma was like a pawn of somebody else's scheme?
That would be awesome. It's like
it's
here
just
I come,
two-
I'm Sigma, and then,
Yeah,
and then you
it's
kill Sigma, and it's like, ha ha, that fool, Sigma.
It's just like too straightforwardly Sigma. It's like way too
It's
straightforwardly
like, this
Sigma.
doesn't feel right.
Here I am, I'm Sigma, here to cause the bad stuff.
Predictably, it's me.
Tremble with terror. You are finished.
Oh, I'm trembling.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
The multicolor heads. Oh man, the cyberpunkness.
I would be really surprised if I beat him on this Although I've got a good setup.
Man, why are there no wireframes though?
The PlayStation didn't have the chip for it.
Right. There's no CX4 chip in the PlayStation.
Man, he's giving me a really good pattern. I'm gonna take a sub tank here.
Okay.
I actually was kind of expecting to die, but this looks good. So. Come on, give me the right pattern. Oh no, come on. I could have taken him out there if he had done the other pattern. Just random. Just randomly. Man. Alright. Yeah, I got him. Sweet.
Is that the final phase?
This is it right here. I think I hit him on the very first possible frame. I could have hit him too. He hadn't even fully.
It was frame perfect. I'm still just lumbering around here with no leg.
Right.
General, what am I fighting for?
So here's what I'm thinking. You know, with the alarms and whatnot, it sounded like the thing was already self-destructing. So why did General have to sacrifice himself to destroy it?
Because storyline.
Right? Alright, here we go. Let's let this play out in all its glory.
Alright.
And Mega Man X's beautiful, wonderful voice. Smooth, silky.
You mean Zero? Zero's voice?
No.
Mega Man's voice?
So, this is what happened to me. This is my fate. I couldn't save anyone after all. Iris!
Please stop, brother. Sarah.
Wait. Did she say wait? Hold on.
Mavericks after all.
Did she say please stop, brother? Or did she say please stop, brother?
I don't know.
Like, was she telling Zero to stop her brother?
Okay, never mind. This in the I guess it's only the X version of the game. Zero comes in over the video phone in the thing, in the ship that he was flying there.
Yeah.
And they have a conversation. I guess it doesn't happen in Zero's.
So does Mega Man? Well, doesn't Mega Man go and do this in the Mega Man half of the game?
Yeah, but you know, in that world, in this world, Zero's the one that went and did it, and in the other world, Mega Man's the one that went and did it.
Well, right, but
in both versions, the other person stayed home apparently.
Oh, so you were hoping that there would be a phone call between
I thought that,
Zero
yeah,
and,
I figured
and Mega Man?
in both cases, the other one came across on the video.
No, in this
phone.
case, it would just had to be Zero's angst.
Reminiscent.
Really angsty teenager Zero, being all angsty, and man, what a character assassination. You know, they
But
really
Zero was the badass. I mean, come
Right.
on, you were like I want to be him.
right, exactly. You want to be him.
Yeah.
And then they just assassinated his character in this
Yeah.
game with the shitty cutscenes.
Yeah, they did. He was a total wuss.
Oh man, what a sad day. What a sad time for video games everywhere. I can't believe it. Well, hey, you beat Mega Man X4 on the stream.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a Sega Saturn, but it was, you know, the next best thing.
Right.
So, pretty good.
It was
What
a
do you
Sega
think, Jordan?
something.
What? That was.
What do you think, Tonks?
The voices.
Was it silky smooth? Was it so soothing as fingers on a chalkboard.
All right, Jordan,
Was it
Look-
better than Prozac?
It was better than Pro. I would say it was better than Pro.
look up on YouTube Mega Man X voice acting, Mega Man X4, just so you can hear Mega Man's silky smooth voice.
Voice acting.
Well, it's almost 10 o'clock. What, are we done with the stream or what?
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching us play. Play. Thanks for watching us play. We're having technical difficulties. The show. We had fun playing Mega Man X4, I guess. I mean, I didn't play it,
Yeah. it's
but
fun.
hey, join us next time when maybe the Sega Saturn works.
Or maybe we just forget about Sega Saturn month and
No, I
play
want to play.
TurboGrafx.
I want to play Sega Saturn games. I'm putting together a list of all the best Saturn games.
I really want to play Metal Slug still. That game was
I do
looking.
too.
It was looking like it would have been fun.
Yeah, it would have been fun. It would have been sweet. It would have been sweet.
As a hunter, it is his duty to go after those mavericks.
Those Mavericks. Well, hey, tune in next week. We'll probably have something for you by then. Bye.
See ya.